What's up everybody, NCmotoRIDER here, and whenever you go out and ride, come back home and your GoPro don't have any audio, you do a voiceover with the webcam. So let's do it. So I finally got the GS back after it being at my local BMW dealer for, I don't know, right at a month, maybe not that long. When I first got it, the guy got it from actually giving me a letter that he had got from BMW saying that it had 2 recalls that had never been done on it. One was the fuel pump and the other was the rear wheel flange. The fuel pump recall is for models from 2005 to 2012, and they tend to start leaking after they get some age on them. And I think it does pertain to a couple other models, but I'm not sure what those are. The second recall was for the rear wheel flange. That was an issue because where the caliper would mount, it started to crack on the flange itself, so that part would be completely replaced. If you have a 2005 to 2012 R1200GS, definitely call your dealer, give them your VIN. They could look up your VIN, see if the recalls have been done. There's also a couple of websites that you can actually type your VIN into. It will actually tell you if the recalls have been done or not. I also had to have my fuel controller replaced, which that's what went out on mine and actually left me stranded on the side of the road. Whenever I took mine in, I already knew I was getting a new fuel pump, but I did have to pay for the fuel controller because that is not included with the recall, which sucks, but you know, at least I didn't have to pay for a fuel pump. I do, however, have a bypass cable which hooks in to the top of the fuel pump where the fuel controller goes, and then runs back up under the seat and plugs into the 12-volt outlet up under there. All that does is provide power to the fuel pump to work. The controller itself actually dumbs down the power to about 80% or so, so then it's not running at 100% the entire time. So if you are having trouble with your fuel controller or something like that, you can purchase a bypass cable. Just Google R1200GS bypass cable. Can't remember the website I got mine on, but I do have it just in case my fuel controller ever goes out again. And you can run the bike like that just with the bypass cable, but I wouldn't recommend it because, like I said, it runs the fuel pump at 100% power all the time, and it actually even stays on for a few minutes after turning this key switch off. The fuel controller cuts all power as soon as you cut the bike off. If you are running a bypass cable, I would suggest getting a fuel controller as soon as you can, just to avoid maybe messing up the fuel pump that you have. Like I said, if you have a 05 to 12 GS and you know for a fact that you've never had the recalls done, definitely contact your dealer and get that done. If you got one used and you're not sure if it's been done, like I said, you can call your dealer, give them your VIN number. You can also look it up online. The rear wheel flange is actually, I think, 2005 to 2010 models, and I'm pretty sure that also involves a couple other models other than the GS itself. You can find all this information online if you just type in BMW R1200GS recalls. In fact, whenever I took my GS in, a couple weeks after, I called and they had just removed the fuel pump and told me that all my fuel lines and everything were pretty much old and junk. So they replaced the fuel lines and everything on both sides of the bike for free. BMW paid for that. I actually want to give a shout out to Motorcycles of Greensboro. Those guys did a good job getting my bike in and getting it out as quick as they could. Most of the time was waiting on parts to come in because, you know, you can't get anything right now in a timely manner because of COVID. I'm definitely happy to have the bike back. I had an awesome time riding today. It was much needed. And I will try to figure out my camera audio situation. I'm not sure what went wrong with that. If you guys have any questions about the recall on the fuel pump or the rear wheel flange, I will answer it the best I can if you leave a question down in the comments. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely get subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.